which also brings me to my point of why it's so frustrating that people were just trying to find a little bit of peace, and for the dawn of time, people have been smoking something green. As soon as they were like, fire! And then someone was like, oh crap, there's smoke. And then someone else was like, I feel different when the smoke is in the air. And someone else was like, maybe I can roll this up, or maybe I can put it in something where I can contain that smoke. And then as soon as someone had a conversation about it, someone started selling it. A business, okay? And not only was it a business, it was a business of healing, because people were just trying to make it through their day. Sometimes they were running from lions and saber-toothed tigers and pterodactyls and big old lizards. You've seen the land before time. Someone was there, okay? They had a smoke, bro. Anyway, I don't remember the last part I got off, but shout out to all the fathers out there that are trying to figure this out. It is difficult, okay? If you're watching this, we're going to go through some different transitions together. And, not alone, brother. You're not alone. And if you don't have kids yet, and you're watching this channel, then I appreciate you, because at least I know you're trying to figure out how to not just smoke weed and do nothing all day, right? Because I smoke weed and I have to watch my kid. You know what I mean? Like, I have things to do. I'm a photographer. I'm a chef running a business, married. It gets a little difficult out here. So just know that, man, this sun, Jesus. I do it this way. I don't even know. Lighting wise, this is not good. Okay, the sun's all in my face. I'm a photographer, like I said. Hopefully the shadow. I'm over here rambling. Anyway, so the people that released the 2018 Farm Bill had no idea that hemp can actually get you high. Then you had to, doing what people do. They were like, well, actually, some chemist, I have to imagine, was like, well, if I take a little bit of this and put it on top of that, will it work? And it did. And then you had this huge industry. Now, what's interesting about this industry is that it was making so much money that in the medical program, it says that it was taking in between 40 to 60% of their profit. Can you imagine that? Like someone in your back door, you over here trying to do everything legally, and then someone 2 doors down from you has to not do anything legally because the government doesn't really know anything about it. And they were to do that for years. So when the government decided to open back up, you had some people that were like, nah, man, this is ridiculous. If you want the government to open back up, then this is what we need also. The day before, like no one was even talking about this, but clearly someone was talking about it. And just like that, $26 billion is going to be going by next year. So what are they going to do? But these companies that were doing it, because no one was looking at the dry weight of the THCA, they were able to put it into edibles and drinks. They made these huge gummies, they made these big old sodas, and it was enough so the math was mathing enough to fit. So like, say for example, you could still have like a 5 milligram, 10 milligram, or even a 20 milligram THC per dose and still call it hemp because underneath the dry weight. I am a cannabis educator. Grab that free guide in the link. Free.